Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're asking, are visa fees sort of a tax on foreign retirees here in Thailand? Thought of making this video after reading a recent comment, which I will get to here in a moment, that was on a prior video we did where we were talking about whether or not they were going to phase out retirement visas. And I know the retirees kind of had a little bit of an ambivalent response to that video because I know I come from a different perspective than retirees. And let me be clear, the vast majority of retirees are not going to be heavily impacted by these new changes to taxes. You know, if you've already been taxed on whatever your asset is or your funds inbound to you are, for the most part, you're probably going to be okay. But again, as I said in prior videos, 80% of folks are probably all right. There is going to be a subset though, and I reckon it's around about 20%, that may be adversely impacted in a sense from this, in the sense that liability on certain things, depending on the underlying facts in their case, liability may be assessable. Now, that being said, as I discussed in that video and sort of mentioned it offhand, I do find it a little bit odd, having lived out here for almost 16 years now, and I've paid taxes out here, lived and worked out here. You know, it is a little strange that when someone lives in Thailand full time and is availing themselves of the infrastructure, the beneficial standard of living, the beneficial physical environment in terms of the fact it's warm, it's nice to live here. Quite honestly, Thai people are great, and this is a really nice place to live. It seems a little odd that people are, you know, I'm not going to pay anything. Now, I also got a lot of responses that said, well, I pay V.A.T every day. So do all the Thais. We all pay V.A.T. Okay. I also got the usual taxation is theft comment. Not incorrect. I do understand. I'm not a big pro-tax person. The great irony of my life is I'm a sort of libertarian who ended up becoming a lawyer and then ended up being involved a lot in tax matters, which, you know, on a personal level, I totally get it. But I got to put my lawyer hat on when, you know, we're talking about tax issues. And to be clear, not a Thai lawyer, not a Thai attorney. I'm an American attorney, as we've talked before, but I am licensed in the tax courts, and from time to time we do assist with tax matters here, which may have an American and an international and a Thai, facet to those matters, and we handle that quite frequently. That said, getting to the comment, quoting directly, retirees are also being taxed in a way with the numerous fees we pay for everything visa related and the extra we pay for just being a foreigner living in Thailand. Well, let's start with that. Just being a foreigner anywhere. If you're a foreign national in another country, you don't have a right to be there. You know, I can't really stress that enough, that, again, I'm not making this to be hard on retirees or whatever, but some of these arguments in my mind are just kind of nonsensical because, you don't have a right to be in that place. And so the people that are from that place and that sovereign nation have a right to dictate the terms of physical presence of non-natives in that country. So that one, again, doesn't particularly bother me. And by the way, every foreigner has to pay fees associated with being in Thailand. Folks that are working here, folks that are on ED visas, folks that are here married to a Thai. You know, it's not just aimed at retirees. I think there's kind of a notion in the retiree community here that, they're being ganged up on. Not really. Not really. All foreigners, all expats in Thailand are going to have to deal with some visa fees. And then again, when we get to visa fees, again, do you know how much it costs to immigrate to the United States? And by the way, notwithstanding the cost, it takes years just to get into the country. I don't know of any other jurisdiction on the face of the planet that will allow somebody who, by dint of the fact that they're over 50 years old, can make it to Thailand and can show 23,000 roughly equivalent, $23,000, roughly 800,000 baht in a Thai bank account. Not money paid into the Thai system, but money in a Thai bank account. And they'll allow that person to just remain year on year on year on year on year, as long as they can maintain those requirements. Point to me another jurisdiction that's as nice and safe and has the standard of living as Thailand that can boast the same kind of visa scheme. I'm hard pressed to find it. I don't see where it's at. Now, again, I really like retirees. And one of the reasons I sometimes make these videos is because I'm hoping you'll maybe see things a little bit more from the Thai perspective so as to understand why they're doing what they're doing, and also to make your life a little bit more pleasant. Because once you kind of understand why they're doing it and how it works and their paradigm, you can sort of understand, hey, I kind of get it, and it allows us to kind of get on down the road a little easier. On top of that, the fees associated with maintaining retirement visa status here in Thailand are not extraordinary by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, just to process documentation through different parts of the American immigration apparatus costs orders of magnitude more than what is it, the 1,900 baht it costs to do a renewal of a visa extension for retirees here in Thailand. I mean, orders of magnitude above that, like 10 times that. Just to get a case on file with USCIS in the United States, it's currently like $535, okay? Just to get a case on file. That's not even talking about the back end of the whole process where you deal with the embassy and their fees and all that other good stuff. So the thing I would take away from this video is, look, try to keep things a little bit in perspective when it comes to these issues associated with expat retirees here in the Kingdom of Thailand.